They might even have a nice jean, like the dark denim jean. See.
Yes, to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You asked me to look for something, I had my fingers on it, but.
Jim and Nancy,
Have a couple of election receipts.
merchants and medical, $546.01.
Okay,
O'Hara, $419.66.
okay, and I highlighted the amount that we received for the month of June, because we're always a month behind.
Hmm.
Okay, that's all I have, unless you have questions.
No, I'm good. Thanks, Nancy.
Morning, wonderful morning, beautiful outside. Operations, it's all still one for June. We're not operating 4 out of 6 ambulances, 3+1 transfer truck, which the transfer truck has gotten quite busy. All on the ALS level, and occasionally the transfer truck is now at ALS. One minimum member at Medic 3, 70% of June staffing is minimum of 2 ALS staffed ambulances, which is an increase of 2% from the last month. ALS ambulances, 100% minimum staffing of 1 paramedic at Knox base. And I'm continuing to operate ALS non-transport vehicle 24 hours. As needed supplement staffing. Thanks to a loaner, it is back to an ALS. Non-transport, not BLS. StarkeCo has graciously donated a loaner until we can figure out what we're doing. Transfers are up. 58 total transfers. Our call volume is almost doubled. And it's a continuing pattern as it's right now it's at 329 calls. Whereas last year at this time it was 188.
Contribute that to.
Weather, improper care. The MIH program should take care of most of this, which is what we got voted for. And it's in development now, so we can eliminate a lot of transports. We'll go do home visits and take care of them there. It's a great program. We took over 3 counties to get it. It'll save people from going to repeated customers to go back in and out of the hospital. It goes over with diabetes care, pregnancy care, prenatal care. The list that we submitted was like 75 different items that we can get reimbursed for. Meal prepping, not us meal prepping, but telling them, keep their diet at this because you're a diabetic, you want to keep your carbs down. But this is what to do if your carbs go. It's just like a counseling service, which now the state is funding. So there's a grant out there that I just applied for. It's like $250,000 for this grant to pay for the whole thing. Last time I talked to Frank, he's going to help with the pay on that. Personnel, this is one thing I'm highly proud of. We have no openings, none. After I looked at the report that was on WKBI about what Mike Hazelfeld said about Culver, and they have just 3 paramedics, and he said they're being burnout. I've got waiting list, literally. Training is now, instead of monthly, we reworked it into a weekly schedule. So where now everybody's training on the same thing, same time, which works out great. Last accident for safety was 1/16/2025. All the ambulances are current and up to date. The one that says in shop for a fuel pump is just about out. It should be out this morning. More information on my car, the loaner monitor from StarkeCo. Base maintenance, Jason Downs is coming in for a quote to rewire Knox base. From where it's two main circuits, yeah, okay. He's also gonna take a look at Medic One's tripping breaker, what I asked him to do, but I found that it's not the breaker now, it's a portion of the ambulance that's broken. Which I just found that out yesterday morning. Grovertown, still trying to find a company to do the structural evaluation. What I think I'm gonna do is bring in like FBI buildings or something, somebody who knows that building.
Yeah.
So that's the new avenue I'm trying, because I can't get anybody to look at it. Widening the garage doors. I listed every place I contacted. I do have a quote from DC Garage Doors. Precision Garage Door, even though their ad says they do commercial doors, will not do commercial doors. Hoosier Overhead Door says they don't do work in Stark County. Express Doors is out of business. Accurate Doors is out of business. Industrial Door of Northwest Indiana is coming for a bid $725. That was my misprint. Not $724, that's something. NIPSCO grant, I applied for a $5,000 grant from them. Decision it's not available until September. More grants coming available daily. No new donations. T-shirts are currently in the works for public purchase. They should be done today for the Bass Lake Fest. So, all our PPE equipment is in good standings. The next page is the estimate from DC Garage Doors. To widen the doors from a 10 to 10 to a 12 by 10. $8,860. That North Judson and Grovertown are the exact same. And we've had 3 incidences where they have backed into these doors because you have maybe 2 inches of clearance on each.
Talked about this for years.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for years.
The second estimate, is that the Knox base?
No, the second estimate is Knox base. It's $14,518.12. And Grovertown is the same as the first, it's $8,860. I do have one more person come out. I've contacted, I think it's 5 people, come out and look at this. And nobody wants to come out.
You got this in your budget, or we gotta cover that for you?
I have to look. I have to double check.
You're waiting on one more quote.
Well, I'm waiting on one more quote also. The last thing is something that I've never given you guys before. This gives you a breakdown of everything. Every vehicle runs. The only difference is if you look at the very first one, the EMS one, the director car. I was called out in the middle of the night for 13 calls. That doesn't count the calls that I just show up on to make sure everybody's good. That's what I was called for. Then you got I listed it from Medic One, which is Judson, to the transfer truck. Transfer trucks actually ran some ambulance calls. And right now they're sitting coverage for the one that's out there now. Medic 3 is the busiest. It's at 150 calls. And then give you the total at the very bottom. It just gives you a different breakdown of what they're actually doing. I mean, some of them like structure fires, we go to every structure fire, every medical alarm. We might not make it there. Lift assists, we do a lot of lift assists. Medical transfers, mental subjects, road closures, traffic accidents. We cover basically anything that they can't figure out what to get done with. That is it for those. I do have some other stuff real quickly.
Yeah, let's go back to your door.
Okay,
When's this guy coming to give you a second estimate?
Monday next week.
I just want to make sure we get it moving, because you got one that's actually not working on it because
Yeah, I had it temporarily fixed, so they can get in and out, but wintertime, there's a section of the door that's exposed, so where all the elements can get in. They're just throwing heat out the door, air conditioning out the door.
for some reason, if that guy don't show up, put it back on our agenda, our next meeting, so we can move forward.
I sure will.
You know, while we're talking about Grovertown, I've been out there and looked at that too. That building's rough,
Yeah, it's real.
and I've asked for a list of any property the commissioners own, but. Is there any way you think that we could use some commissioner property to just put up a new base?
I would think so, but we got like, I know out by the industrial park, so we gotta get on that side of the railroad track,
Mhm.
but I don't know if we got any on there,
So I
so
don't know.
we'd have to look in.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I've asked for a list so we can kind of see
Okay.
where these properties are.
Mhm.
You know, I hate to see us spend $10,000 and needs to get done.
Right.
But I would sure like to see a 2-year plan or something to get us moving in the direction of just updating that building
Mhm.
entirely. And I know there's even questions if they do end up doing work to 30, you know, that base may not be there anyway.
Right.
So it'd be nice to start moving in that
Mhm.
direction. And I know Jim's kind of looked at it a little bit. He's got my support on this as far as, you know, finding a plan to move forward.
Mhm.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you was gonna check with Collision, did they ever decide they wanted to say?
They decide they want to be a body shop.
Okay.
Part-time body shop.
That's that one right across.
Yeah.
I'll be in class Tuesday and Wednesday, still be available by phone. I've got paramedics heavy Tuesday and Wednesday. The use of the meeting room, this room on the weekend for training, can it be done? I mean, it's the commissioner's meeting room, so I'm gonna ask for permission.
I would think so, as long as we check, of course, with
Yeah,
Mhm.
Mike Lane's office, make sure it's not booked for nothing. I
Yeah.
won't see no problem.
Saturdays and Sundays are the main times that we want to do it for training. I have purchased out of a donation fund a golf cart for use for the Parks Department. Seeing
Can you hang on a minute, Jim? Can you guys make a motion on that meetings on the weekend, just for?
I'll make that motion.
Motion is there a second?
Do we want to put a time frame on it or just leave it open?
Weekend, no, I will.
Yeah, I just leave it.
Okay, as long as the room's up
Weekend,
kept, it
yeah,
wouldn't be a really
yeah.
problem. Yeah, I'd second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I,
All right. I bought a golf cart for the Parks Department because they were tearing up their grass and everything else, and Amy wanted a golf cart. I purchased it out of donation fund, so I am formally going to donate it to the county commissioners out of the donation fund for use at the Parks Department. In return, Amy has the Polaris. I would like to take the Polaris with the same agreement she has with the surveyor's office, where the surveyor can use it when they want to, and use it for EMS. The donation, we were saving the donation fund to build and buy our own Polaris, because we had 17 functions. We're still not done for the year yet with the functions. Also, if we need to get down on like the walking path, ambulance won't fit down that walking path.
Mhm.
I've talked to Amy, I've talked to Gwen, and with Gwen, even if I put labels on it, I'm gonna make it so those labels are flippable and say surveyor.
Yeah.
And even though they have warning lights and sirens and everything else on it, that's gonna be key activated. You have to have a special key
Mhm.
to activate it. So I would like to request the use of the Polaris for EMS.
I would be okay with that, just, I mean, it still belong to the commissioner, but just so your department knows, like you blow tire or.
It's our responsibility.
Yes. And same with Amy on the, out there, if something goes wrong, her department's gonna have to pay for the part.
Right.
is the surveyor here?
Yeah,
Yes,
Is this all agreeable?
it is. Jim and
Okay.
I have talked about it at length and I'm fine with it.
Okay,
so I'll make that motion.
second,
A motion and a second, all those in favor? Aye.
I,
Any questions? That's all I have.
All good.
I'll still be available while I'm in class on my phone.
Which I know you've been looking, like Mike mentioned, if you will, keep looking.
I will.
Even if we find some land over there, maybe with the commissioners can purchase some.
Mhm.
On that side.
Sounds good.
it'd be nice just to start kind of at least moving in a
Oh,
direction. I know
Mhm.
we've been talking about it for 7, 8
Yeah,
months
yeah.
now.
And that and maybe not space, because you ever try to get out of there during school hours? You gotta watch for kids,
Yeah.
crossing guards, cars, people aren't paying attention. But that's, I found a spot for that one. I just have a
Perfect spot.
perfect spot.
Mhm.
Just have to wait for the power.
Yeah, let's move with, we know Grove Town's your worst.
Yes.
Should have been done years ago.
I just kind of want to stay on that, and we got to keep moving.
Well, that's-
And the remodel had there, well, it was remodeled one time.
Yeah, it was remodeled one time, and
So,
I mean, right now we need to put, I know, floors in it. With a new ambulance that's coming for Grover Town, that's 6 inches wider than the one that's out there now and 1.5 feet longer.
And the pipes freeze in the winter.
The pipes are run on the outside wall and they're not insulated. For some reason, the electricity, if you pop a reset button in the GFI in the bathroom, you actually have to go outside because somebody put their master reset on the outside. I did. Thanks.
thank you.
Kelly,
Okay,
On,
I'm here this morning. More or less to get an okay that the council can change the salary ordinance for my office. I asked for my office. I didn't ask for anybody else, but for the elected official and the deputy, first deputy salary ordinance pay. It was suggested to me to come in front of the council or commissioners and ask for permission for them to do it. They told me that's the way I have to.
What do you want to change? I mean, just.
Our pay, the salary ordinance for the treasurer and for the first deputy. Or I say elected official and first deputy, because I guess it's all ran together. I don't know how those ordinances work, so. And they told,
So you want to up it yourself?
yes,
I thought we was in a big push to cut everybody back.
but once we went through it, there's a pretty big discrepancy between. Which each elected official gets paid. And first deputy, office managers, I mean. I think all of that needs worked on. So that's why I'm here.
But for the record, if you look in the back book, every county elected officials are paid on different scales depending on workload. So I mean,
Yeah,
the fact book is going to be coming out soon, so.
okay.
So what's the increase?
That's what I was gonna say, I'd like to see numbers.
Yeah, well, maybe she
Yeah.
got it here.
Yeah, I do. Right here's the budget that I proposed. I'm sorry, I should have printed more. This is what I asked for myself. This is what I asked for the first deputies. This is about I want to say a $4,000 increase for the first deputy. And then us, it's a little under 6. I'm sorry, little under 6.
What's the percentage?
Oh, I didn't do the percentage. I don't know.
Is it the same for both positions?
No. So the elected officials a little bit more than the first deputy. The percentages, I know that, just off the top of my head.
Was there a reason that it wasn't the same?
Make it the same.
I'm just asking. I
No,
didn't know
no,
if there
I
was-
mean, no. I asked my first deputy if that was a fair number, if she thought that was a fair number for first deputies. We had a conversation and she said, yes, that's,
I would personally like to talk to a couple of councilmen,
yeah, I mean, that's,
you know, before I make a decision, but I
Well,
mean, it's been a push all year that we're cutting.
yeah, and you know, this may be an unpopular opinion, but when you look at the pay for all the employees in our annex buildings, 5 years ago, that pay may have been acceptable. But I don't know how some of these folks are making it.
we're not,
I mean, it's in 2025, the cost of living has gone up 40% 5 years ago.
Right.
And our pay hasn't followed 40% increase. So I think personally, all the positions here in Annex and some of the other facilities need to be evaluated. Now, I know that's gonna come down to council. One of the things we did in the plan commission, now that was a unique situation, is we eliminated a position. Of course, we already know about all that, and we freed up some funds to increase the wages for a couple of the other existing positions. Now, I don't know if this department can do that, or maybe some of the others can to help free up some money. But I think across the board, our annex employees are underpaid.
I have 2 people in my office, myself and my first deputy, and a part-timer who comes in during tax season. That's all we have. I don't have extra help. I don't have a second deputy, a third deputy, a fourth deputy. It's just myself and her, more or less.
I'd say, I wanna talk to the councilman.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't do it for her and then not nobody.
Yeah, it was,
And so if we do it for everybody else, then we got the money. This year, we're supposedly slacking on money.
Yeah, I think that's,
We got going for that.
Glenn,
Has that already been approved for the planning commission, Mike?
It has not.
Okay, I just wanted to check.
I know that it was discussed in the council, budget.
all right, second page of this. I pulled it off my desk. This, a few things down here I did have to raise because postage went up 7%. Meetings are going up. Membership or association fees are going up.
That's all council.
That's-
stuff.
yeah. Yeah, one.
yeah,
So like I said, everything else is going up.
Yeah, here's how I look at it, is some of our employees here are making high 39s, low 40s. And I know a lot of facilities, including my own, we're hiring kids out of high school with zero work experience for that kind of money. And I think it's a stretch to ask folks that have been here 10+ years to come in and work for that. I just don't think it's a fair working wage.
yeah, I don't think we're against this, but like Don wants, he wants.
I just wanted to bring it, they,
Cause to me, it's not fair if we give it to you and we
Right.
have like win setbacks.
Right.
What she made, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah, that's
I think
another
that
thing.
should be-
That's, yeah. There's a big discrepancy between,
And for elected positions and salaries, isn't there rules that say that it can't be increased during the current term and has to take effect the following term?
Well, that's what she
Yeah,
asked
yeah,
for.
for the first of the year.
Yeah,
Right, well, I
Yeah.
thought it would be the term of the office, like, so if somebody's. that's-
No.
Well, every year they talk
Change
budget.
it.
Mhm. that's all we got
all
right now.
right, so you guys take it up with the council then?
Mhm.
Okay, and then I wanted to give you an update with Crow. I know that wasn't on there, I totally forgot. Every other Monday, I have a meeting with them, a Teams meeting with them, and we go through everything. The last Monday, it was through the bank accounts. Next Monday, it'll be through Lao. We're trying to figure out a system so it's easier for them to compare the two. Right now, we're in the middle of it. So every other Monday, I do have a meeting with Crow
Cool.
for the reconciling. We have set that up. It's a Teams meeting every other Monday.
Didn't seem to be working.
Yeah, we're getting there. So, okay,
Thank you.
thank you guys. Oh,
Then we have, Amy.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
So I am also here some adjustments to job descriptions. Just to make a pay range is what I'm looking for. We've got our part-time, gate and concessions, but then we have a park host who does all the yard work, all of it. And I think that she should be making more than the gate attendants. We have a harbor master position. We have a secretary position, but it's not filled. But I'm just gonna go ahead and submit it anyway, just in case maybe somebody get one.
These all within what the county does.
All of them are, those things are done.
Right.
So which positions are not changing? Or are you just
So-
changing the descriptions?
The descriptions are more thorough. And then the change in pay would be for the harbor master and the camp host line. Yeah.
But they'll still stay within the county.
Yes.
Part-time work.
And this is the description that you feel is appropriate. Do we need to do a motion to approve this?
yeah,
I'd make that motion
Second.
based on her recommendation.
Yep.
Had a motion, a second, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I,
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
You, man.
Glenn?
Morning. There is some paperwork for you guys. So I'm coming before you today to ask, I did a more thorough job description for the deputy position in the surveyor's office, and then I believe it was in 2024, I was gonna find the minutes for you guys. It was approved to make that a deputy surveyor position. So the council asked that I come before you because currently my deputy makes $38,200. The treasurer deputy makes $40,681, as well as the recorder deputy. So what I'm asking for is for my deputy's pay to be increased to the other deputies, no more than that, but the same. And in my budget, I did not ask for a raise for myself to make up for trying to raise her pay up to what I believe it should be equal to the other deputies. So that's my ask for you guys.
So that's asking, is that above the 3% that they was telling you guys to fill out? Or you want this first and then you're gonna do 3% on top of that?
Well, I would actually, yeah, bring her up to the normal rate of 40,681, and then she'd get her 3% raise on top of that for next year. And again, I did not ask for a raise for myself, and I cut some other items in the budget. I'm not, I don't take the truck home. I have other ways I'm saving some money in the office to make up for that. So, because I know we're cutting and things are tight, so I just trying to work things out a bit.
so will you get the same percentage on the surveyor pay? Or are you hoping for flat?
I'm not getting any rate. I didn't put in for a raise for myself at all. Not a 3%, not anything. Because I really was hoping to get Sarah up where she should be with the other deputy pay.
I would hope the council would give everybody a 3%. If they're giving anybody in the county 3%. I mean, I appreciate what you're saying. And
Right,
to
yeah.
me, that's your thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Well,
surveyor pay.
I
should
had to
go up.
put in for it though, right?
Yeah.
And I haven't, so.
Yeah, I would like to see that, but that's totally up to the council, but.
Yeah, I agree with you, Donnie, that, if we're doing approximately 3% across the board,
Right,
it should be everybody.
absolutely, or we're gonna be behind on the
Except the
survey
highway.
paying.
Rachel
Right.
said she only put in for a 1% raise for everybody because her budget cannot stand a 3% raise.
And there again, I still think that should be because we're finally, and just like you said a little bit ago, we're trying to get ahead or stay with the other counties.
Mhm.
Now we're ahead of the other counties. 1% is gonna put them back ahead of us. To me, that's just crazy. If we're doing 3%, we ought to do it, but that's my opinion.
I understand.
Yeah, I agree that the surveyor pay should be the 3% as well. As far as bumping up your base pay now, I think is what you're asking for Sarah.
Yes, for next year.
Yeah.
To make her equal with the other deputy pays.
So you'd be going from 38.2 to 40,681 plus 3%.
Correct.
Yeah. That makes sense to me. I mean,
Right, but like we just told, the treasurer, the Kelly, that, you know what I mean? I just talked to the council. I can't imagine the council didn't call a few of us or a couple of us or whatever.
well,
That
then
just,
ultimately it's gonna come down to them anyway.
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So.
It was, I believe
Again, I
that,
don't want to do it for one and then the other off, not up to that.
right, I understand.
Not that I don't say she's not worth it on, I know her, but.
Yeah. So they were basically, didn't they, the council asked me to come before them to
Yeah.
just get your
Because
blessing, I guess,
salaries,
because,
before the council approves the salaries, they have to approve the salaries.
right,
So that's
Okay.
why they told you to come to them.
So I wonder, could we give it our blessing subject to council approval? I mean, Justin's nodding his head over there.
I don't see why not.
But I would, if I agree on it, I'm gonna say, we agree on it if they, every office in the county.
Yeah, I agree exactly with what you're saying.
And I say nothing against yours or nothing
Oh, no,
else, but if we're doing one, we all do
Yeah,
I mean, if the council's asking us to give the blessing, absolutely, I give the blessing.
right.
But it be in every department, not just yours, you know,
I see.
Bernadette's or whatever, but
Mhm. Yeah,
that's my opinion.
like I said, I'm just asking for hers to be equal to what the other deputy positions are, not over and above anybody, just equal to.
If that would just equal the whole county, I would be okay with that.
Mhm.
But I don't wanna say yours can have it and then somebody else's can't.
Okay.
And if it's gonna make it equal, I would be okay with that.
Yeah, and I'm totally on board with what you're
Mhm.
saying, but I think what she's suggesting is not necessarily a pay increase. She's asking for it to be equal with the other deputies.
Yes, and that's what I said, if
Yeah.
that's the case, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But all the deputies and
They are, they're all, the other deputies are all documented that they make 40,861.
yeah,
if
so,
that's the case, I'm all right with it.
yeah, so she's just requesting that her deputy be
Right.
the same.
Equal
as-
to,
Yeah,
The other ones,
yeah.
yeah.
yes. Right,
You making that a motion?
I'll make it a motion that the surveyor deputy is paid the same as the other deputies in the other departments. Pending council review.
Second.
And a motion and a second, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
thank you, I appreciate that, and then also, I believe you spoke with Bill about the KRBC and he was really wanting to keep his seat.
He's very passionate. about
Yeah,
that
yeah,
part,
that's what-
yeah.
And honestly, I've had the rest of the board had called me
Okay,
personally and said they would like, keep it like it is.
okay,
Bill's got a lot of funding for Stark County and LaPorte County, and they just think it's a good fit right now.
Okay,
And
all right.
that.
yep, all right, that's fine, I just wanted to
Didn't
update.
we appoint him for 4 more years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to make the, I don't know if we need a motion or not,
Mm,
that he stays the 4-year
No.
term.
no, we,
But Bill did say that there is room for Gwen to be a part of the board. In some
Okay.
way, yeah.
All right,
And that's what I thought, you could go to the board anyhow. I mean, you could be there even if you're not a voting member, you could.
all right, yeah, the important part for me was to, of course, to be the voting member, but that's fine. If they have a tech committee, position open, I'll definitely, if I'm eligible, I'll join that. And then also real quick, so I am doing the Bass Lake Parade. And I want to extend an invitation to everyone. I got a hold of a lot of the other offices, if they want to be on the officials, Stark County officials and support staff float, they're welcome to do that. So I just wanted to extend, and it's also gonna be, the 250th committee reached out and they're gonna be a part of the float too, so I'm really excited about that. But I wanted to let you guys know, and I know we discussed it at the last meeting about the banners, and I did wanna just ask you for your blessing, since I already have the banners made, if I can still use the same banners that say Stark County Government and then have a bunch of the offices on them. So, and that's for the parade on Sunday.
And you've extended the offer out to,
I did it in email to a lot of the other offices. I still have a few more to go. But I did it in email, so I had a paper trail for everybody of who I've asked, and then I wanted to ask Donnie too while I was here, so. But yeah, I just wanted to get your blessing with that, so I could use the same banner, or if I needed to cover up government or what I needed to do.
My opinion, you need to cover up government. But I'm only one person.
yeah, I kind of feel that way too about it. Actually,
so now you're okay with the float, but you'd like the government part covered up.
Yes,
All right. Okay,
and I appreciate the offer.
yep, no problem. All right, guys, thank you very much.
Good things.
Lynn?
So,
Aye.
so I'm here for the capital improvement plan that I showed you last time I was here.
One question I got, there was a little bit of audit trouble last year. Are we all square on that?
Well, the audit was not from mine.
Okay.
Okay, it was from the previous, and it's still, I still don't have the numbers of my funds.
Okay.
But that's because there were so many mistakes and the money was not put into the exact funds they were supposed to.
Okay.
So that's where that's lying, but I am getting everything in order so that it's going to the
It's going to the state as I get it done and approved by my board.
Okay, so you are working with them.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get it cleared up.
Yes, because it drives me crazy not to know.
Right.
Right, so,
And I would be okay with her 5-year plan.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that was good.
and the only thing I didn't do is the monies because I'm not real sure what we have. So I've just been using the budget money so far,
As
so,
long as you're working with the state so we can get that cleared up.
yes,
All right.
definitely.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, thank you very much.
Just say.
Motion,
Oh,
Has that plan been publicly put out in your district,
not
in your
yet.
township?
Nope, I had to get it approved here before I did anything else.
And is the schoolhouse included in that plan?
No,
No, it was cemeteries.
these are just
Cemetery.
cemeteries, yes, because.
So
we're-
it's not a 5-year plan for the entire township?
No, it is, we have another plan for the schoolhouse.
Okay,
This is a different plan,
okay.
okay?
Is that included in the budget for next year then? Any kind of maintenance or anything on the building?
Yes, I did add money for the schoolhouse,
Okay,
so like I did this year,
okay,
okay?
all right. And then, so then all the utilities and stuff, would that be, is there anything allowed for the utilities?
Yeah, I already did most of the utilities and I still have to do the propane.
Okay,
So I was waiting for a summer fill up, which should be right about now,
okay,
yeah, okay?
all right.
Right. Okay,
Yep, thanks.
all right.
Oh,
or you
yeah,
make
you
a
better.
motion on that?
Yeah,
I'll make a motion to approve her 5-year plan.
Second.
I had a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Then we have Kay and Lynn.
How you doing?
Pretty good, how are you?
Good.
I gave you guys all the information that's attached to your agendas
Right.
that she's here about.
Yeah.
Copies.
The financial statement as well. was requested.
a copy, and if you'd like one, we should have three. I think everything in the affidavit explains the situation because of the properties in the town of St. Pierre, there never was a town of St. Pierre. And we're trying to get the name changed to Railroad Township. We contacted attorney yesterday from Plymouth, who works a lot with properties. And he came up with this affidavit. And then there's a quick claim fee because the property defaults to the commissioners. So,
And you want to just change from same town of San Pierre to Railroad
yeah,
Township?
Railroad Township's been taking care of the property.
Right.
We have it cleaned up and mowed every year.
Right.
So
And this was set up in
1854.
So I make a motion, we move forward and change it to the Railroad Township.
Okay.
We got a motion. Is there a second?
Well, I guess you never really weighed in there.
Oh, I'm fine with it.
All right, I'll second that.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, all these have to be notarized. She's a notary. She's gonna be taking care of that, so.
Do you
You got
have three
enough?
copies with you? Yeah. Oh, you
I'm
do.
gonna say
Okay,
tonight,
great.
you can have mine.
Yeah. And I've got plenty. I appreciate this, guys, and we can. We've got a company that wants to purchase the property. We put up a store, which St. Pierre hasn't had for decades.
Yeah. Be nice for that.
Yeah,
I think I
that'd be real
gave-
good for your area. I'm glad you moved forward with
Sorry,
that.
Another one. Yeah.
it's looking for,
Today is the 21st.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
They will start sending them on to you for signature too. Okay, will you have notarized copies for the office? For us,
You'll be taking them up there, right?
What office?
the auditor's office.
I'll be going there right after this meeting. It'll be, okay. Are you going to need on this, an exempt sales disclosure?
I think so, but you'd have to ask Suzanne.
Yes, and you know, I probably ought to get one of you to sign it. I think it takes only one, and you'll be signing as the buyer. So Stark County needs the buyer and the seller on that. How can I find one of you right after? Will you still be in the meeting for a few minutes? And
Oh, yeah, we'll be.
I'll go upstairs and get one from Suzanne.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Yep, thank you. Tori,
Yes.
So. We text my gov, we met with the marketing specialists. Basically, I need approval from you guys on if we're going to use the numbers, the phone numbers that they farm out. So they told me it's a federally approved database. Basically, if you're on that list, you've already signed up for that. So if we use that, we would send out one text to those, each one of those numbers, introducing the program. To walk them through how to opt out if they don't want to be a part of it. Or they can sign up right through that text. So
There is a way to opt out.
yes,
Okay.
so by law, you have to put that at the bottom.
Okay.
If we don't use that program, we're not gonna be able to like geofence. Which is one of the things that we really liked about this. So like if we need to send out a message just for the city of Knox. Like we won't be able to. Just send that, we will have to sit there and manually go through all these numbers, and I really don't want to do that, I'm just gonna be honest, like, by the time we're done doing that.
As long as we use this, we won't have to.
Right, cause we'll be able to geofence, then it's basically when you log in, you'll see a big map, it'll have all the little dots. You draw a line around it and it sends it right to each one of those, so. And then from there, we'll also be able to set up groups. So we'll set up like Judson, Knox will have its own group, each little town. So we can send just messages to anybody that resides in that town, do the whole county. It'll make our lives a lot easier if we do this.
I say, yeah, let's use it.
yeah.
So I didn't want to agree to it without approval from you guys. Other than that, the only thing that we've gone over further than training is our, like the free stuff that they give us for advertising. I don't know if you guys want to be a part of picking what we use, or if you're gonna leave that to me. Okay,
I know I'd like some yard signs if they could do some,
so,
put one out on Total Road.
yeah, so some of the stuff that we can do anything that we want. Some of the stuff that they have that we can choose from that they provide. Be like car details, stickers, bookmarks, banners, the QR codes that we discussed, we can put those on anything. Which will also put all the graphics and stuff on Facebook, it's part of our agreement that we have with them, I have to make so many posts. With our links and whatnot, we can. Pretty much anything that we decide to do to advertise it, if it's not on their list, they will work with us to get us graphics or. Whatever it is that we need to put on that, so if you wanna do yard signs, if they don't. Quite offer that, they'll help us create it, so it's done right and everything goes right to our widget, which is up and running, people can start signing up now.
How do we sign up?
So if you go to the county webpage, the EMA page has it, I think the home page has
Yeah.
it, and so does EMS right now.
You just click the widget.
Yeah.
And it'll take you right to it so you can sign up. We do have the 4-digit numbers that you can text. I have not put that out in the public yet because I wanted to find out if we were gonna do the initial mass text or if I was gonna have to manually start, you know. No texts have been sent, but it is live. So we're just waiting. I was more comfortable waiting on decisions to be made here and then to finish training. We still have I think one more training session that I'd like to complete before we start actively using it. We can get people signed up in the process, but unless something major happens, I'd like to hold off until we're done with training.
If she did some yard signs, would you folks be opposed if she put them at some of the government buildings as people came in?
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And-
everybody's aware.
Right.
Yeah, and being a government application, it's usually suggested that anything that we do, we post at, you know, we can put them up at the bases, put them here,
Yeah,
wherever out at the jail.
And can you put the QR code on a yard sign?
Yeah.
We'll do the QR code and the link. I think I want to run both of them because not everybody's knows how to use that QR code. At least if the link is on there, they can snap a picture of it if they need to.
Right.
Whatever we post on Facebook, we're gonna adjust it so where they can just click the link. So we're working on figuring out how to do that instead of having to like copy and paste it and all that. So trying to make it as user friendly as possible.
Is there any way you could chart your growth? That you could present to us maybe once or twice a year so we can see that, hey, this year we had 300 people, next year we had 1,000 people, just something so we can help justify it to the taxpayers.
Right, so, yes, we'll be able to watch it. You guys have a login that we created, so you guys can. You know, get on there and whatever too. We'll be able to watch it come through. But I believe that we can ask them for like a year-end report, maybe.
Yeah.
This way they're not doing it multiple times, but maybe like in December, see where we're at each year, cause it was what, a 3-year contract,
Right.
so I think.
And you'll bring it to our meeting.
Yeah, we'll do like, I'll get it.
Yeah.
Bring it to the January meeting or whatnot, but I think it is smart to track it, cause. You guys need to decide if you wanna carry out
Right.
another contract
Yeah.
after the, 3 years, so.
Years to know that, you know, they spent $4,500. You know, there are people starting to use it.
Benefit from.
Right.
Yeah, it was. Also kind of suggested maybe putting the QR codes, we can make stickers and stuff and put them on. Like the vehicles, and then you can just. You know, scan it right, from the we can put it on our. Email card that, you know, it says, I'm sure Jim would be okay doing that, but. However we wanna do that, we can pretty much do whatever we want, is that it?
Is this something that the election division can utilize as well? Because the same company has been hounding me to get something for.
So I would say, as far as like
Just put out like when our early voting is and when election day is.
so we chose to stick just with emergency, because our
Okay, so
contract.
yours is different, okay.
Yeah, so you can use it for whatever you want, but when we like chose the program that we purchased, it's 75,000 texts a year.
Okay.
They do roll over, but the problem is when you have, you know, what, 24,000 people. Every text comes out individually, so if I send out 10 and for 10,000 for one text. We're already pulling 10,000 out, so it is something we need to be like mindful of.
Right.
Cause. If we go over, you can buy more, and it's gonna cost you more. But
Well-
so really that's up to you guys, how you wanna.
And I
utilize it,
think there
though.
was some concern from some other elected officials that they didn't want it to be used for too much. They were focused more on emergency use.
Well, and that's what I said too, like, big road closures, like Total Road, for instance, I mean, that's kind of a major county road. You know, if we have an accident out on 30, like, that's a pretty big deal, like maybe we could throw it out in that area at least, but
That's emergency related. in my opinion.
yeah.
Yeah.
weather is a big one, you know,
Even the sheriff's department was putting the total road deal up the other day, that would have helped them
yeah,
get
highway,
out there.
highway 10.
Mm,
That would be
Yeah.
helpful. We just, so I've been started working with the sheriff's department as far as dispatch.
Okay.
I've got them working on a list of what they would like to utilize it, and
Yeah.
then we'll sit down with that, because we're probably gonna have to narrow down, because otherwise 75,000 tax is gonna go like this, so we just gotta be careful, thinking on how we utilize it at least, so. Well, really got there. I just wanna give me Paris.
Well, I just vouched for the whole county, so I don't know. I
Good.
think you're part of the whole county.
Alright, I don't, do you guys need to sign anything for it or no?
No.
If you need to make a motion.
I'll make that motion. We go with.
The per judgment.
Yes.
Yeah,
Second that.
motion a
No,
second.
and to use the first initial text, that was,
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
okay,
Had a motion a second, all those in favor?
I,
thank you.
Susan,
give me to move one of these chairs for you.
Got it, thank you.
I'm here, because I have a complaint. This has been going on since September 24th of last year. My neighbor, I'm sure you are all aware of, is running a trucking business on his property. Now, when I came here to the planning board back in September to fill my complaint out, I asked, how are these properties zoned? And they're zoned agricultural. And I said, well, how can somebody be running a commercial business on agricultural property? Boz and Mary argued with me that he was not running a trucking business because there's no sign posted on the property, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. Secondly, he told me that they can have as many vehicles on your property as you want, as long as they're licensed. I said, I understand that. People who have 10 people in their family have 10 vehicles on there. This isn't that. This is 6 semi-trailer dump trucks and 3 smaller dump trucks that are on the property. He then proceeded to put on a gas tank for fueling. They told me, well, and there, it's just on sitting on gravel, no protection around it or anything. And he told me that people can have it on their property to fill up their gas tanks for their mowers and that. I said, this is not, excuse me, my illness makes me shake. I said, this is not a gas tank to fill up a lawnmower. This is a gas tank for the trucks to fill up. He then now, and I sent you a copy of this, put another gas tank, which is huge on the property. So now there's 2 gas tanks for fueling sitting on the property, just on the gravel, no protection, no nothing around it. This is, as you can see, is about 15 feet from my home, okay? He parks the dump trucks. Right, this is looking out my front door. This is where I see every morning. Okay, he parks the 3 here, the semis are parked along his other back of his property. He has a washing station he put on there that he rents out the trucks, okay, cleans them out. Now these trucks are carrying dirt, gravel, whatever, I don't know. That's all running into my onto the property. I have a well, okay? I'm worried about my drinking. What chemicals are in there? I had contacted DOT because one of the chemicals that is on here, on the label, on the thing, it's UN 1791 and UN 1971. Corrosive. That's corrosive material.
Now that, there's no drainage, there's nothing, so that's seeping into the ground there, okay? That's seeping into my well water. Okay? I've contacted everybody. I've been told, I was up when Mary and Boz were here, that I had comments made to me that I wish you neighbors would just all get along. That, this gentleman, your neighbor, has failed several times on other adventures. This too will eventually fail, so just give it time. I have to live there, okay? He's got employees. I told them there's 6 people. They come and they park. I sent copies of pictures to you on the email. I appreciate and I think you're the only person who responded back to me. I've been everywhere. I've been to the EPA, DOT. I was to the health department. They all told me I need to talk to the planning board. Okay, well, the planning board didn't do nothing. I called them, I asked them several times. I asked, he has 2 containers, metal containers. When I was here, the day of the planning board back in September, he put 2 metal shipping containers on the property. They told me he's allowed to have 1, not 2. The other one has to be removed. It is still sitting there. I don't know what's stored in there. I have no idea, but now I have mice. My mom calls them rats because they're like this big, coming in my yard that my dogs are digging up and bringing into me now. I never had any of these issues before. I have no issue with this man operating a trucking company. The issue I have is not on this land. I moved here 17 years ago from Illinois. I've been here before him. I would have never bought that property if I knew there was a commercial trucking company next to it. I want to know, the containers are still there. I kept coming to the planning board, asking them, did you send a letter? What, they sent 1 letter out. And I asked, did you get a response? No. Okay, then I went again. I said, well, what's going on? Well, I haven't had time. And I said, well, can you notify me what's going on? That's not my job. You can call and ask. I call, I come here. As you know, I'm an idiot. I come here a couple times, the elevator was broke. I can't get upstairs to find out because I have no way. I cannot walk. I'm paralyzed, okay? My house, they got employees, there's 6 men that park there. Every morning they come. It varies. It used to be from 4 in the morning till 5 that this operation was on. Sometimes they're there at 2:30 in the morning. My dogs are going crazy because there's people, like I said, this is how close it is to my property, okay? And I don't even understand how it can be that close. Now he's offering a gravel service, so he's putting more stuff on the property. Here's my house. Here's the thing, it's right there. They come in the morning, they dump it, their trucks are up, they sit them with the gate up. In the morning, they pound the gate down. My house rattles, it shakes. I've had pictures fall off the wall. I'm getting woken up at all hours of the morning, all times of the day. I hear other people are complaining. My mom lives 15 feet from me. She's complaining. Her dog goes nuts. This is ridiculous. I don't care if he runs a trucking business, but not here. And I want to know, how can he have this if this property is zoned agricultural? That has nothing to do with agriculture. It's a trucking company. And nobody's given me any answers. All they told me is go to the planning board. And then they told me contact the president. I sent you 2 emails. I hadn't got no response. I forwarded it to you because you're the vice president. I'm trying to find out. I contacted my House representative, Todd Yoakum. I contacted my state senator. I'm going down the line, however long it takes. I shouldn't have to live like this. I cannot deal with the stress in my life with this next to me every single day. So I want to know. And even in the letter that the planning board has sent out, they said, Why are you operating on a commercial? Was it rezoned? Because it's agricultural. I want to know, was it rezoned? I asked Boz and that, they told me we can't tell you. I said, you can't just rezone a property without notifying the neighbors in surrounding areas. So I'm asking you now here, if you can look into this, I think he needs to have, he paid $100 because I got copies. I went in and paid and had copies of everything that the planning board, all their contacts, all their emails, everything from them, because they weren't telling me nothing. So I said, I want all the documentation. So they did pay a $50 fine for one container for a permit and a $50 fine because they put electrical work in. And they do everything at night. He'll be out there at 11:30 at night doing stuff. So nobody's except my dogs feel crazy, like I said, because there's people out around the area and movement going on. So I'm asking you, I mean, I'm gonna keep going as far as I have to find out and get answers on why this is happening and how this can be happening. So that's what I'm asking you. I mean, how can they have a business on a property that's zoned agricultural? And the property, I could see if it was a big property or whatever. He's only got 2 point something acres and all this stuff is sitting on there. I'm mainly concerned about this fuel. I mean, once, if they don't know how to fill the gas tank or whatever, or gas leaks out, it's leaking out right onto the ground. One spark, my house is gone. And I am handicapped. I cannot just get up and run out of my house if there's a fire.
Fuel tank, I believe, double line, the new one.
Yeah, it should
Well,
be.
I can't answer that about that one.
Right,
Yeah,
and where they park, I mean, wouldn't that be a BZA problem? I mean, they're 10 foot off their line.
Yeah, she had reached out to me and I knew that we might want to have discussion. Of course, we don't talk outside of meetings, so I suggested, well, why don't we talk about it in the commissioner meetings?
Right.
And it was kind of her to come and just kind of give us the 2 cents. I'm curious, is there anybody else in the public that has any comment that's here today about this?
I do.
Mark.
I'm familiar with the area. I live a couple miles away. You're being polite. If that was next to me, I'd be all over it. It's not right. The other thing too. What's that do to her property value? There's liability there. Who's responsible if they have to sell and the market value cuts it 30–40%? The government should protect the property owning taxpayer from any instance like this. That's my opinion based on what I've driven by. Have you ever driven by the property?
I haven't.
I have, yes.
Yeah.
You know, as far as the fuel leaks, the EPA, the whole thing, we're all on wells out there. And I don't care if it's a double line tank. What if the guy lets it run over?
Right.
And they leave the nozzle down.
Exactly.
I
That's
mean,
what
there's just a lot of stuff I've seen.
No, for commercial applications, there's supposed to be a.
Yeah.
It should be contained.
Exactly, there's nothing. And they and the way they're set up. There's one now here and one here. Now there's 2 and they drive around it. So I mean, and the fuel truck and the garbage, I mean, there's constant moving around at one hit and that's it. But my main question is, how can he do this and nobody step in and say anything?
That's why I'm helping you here.
Yeah.
today.
I think also there's a property tax liable. If you're paying property tax on something that's being valued, there's gotta be a capital here for it. And it almost seems like, depending on who you are, what you can do. That's a perception
Yeah.
that people can express to me. So, that's, I do support something being done to stop them.
Well, I know the planning commission's restructuring and definitely gaining a lot of traction right now. I'd say after this week, we could be a little more prepared to take on a big project like this, but, you know, she has valid concerns.
Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, definitely.
Like I said, it'll be a year in September. You know, and I mean, it's not like this, but my main thing is, and even the other people who run businesses around me say, how can he run a business? It's not a it's agriculture. It's not, how do you grant people? Did he get a permit to run a business on there? And then the business is in his mother's name. And the headquarters of the business is his mother's house down on 200, okay? And the operation of the business is his property, okay? That's how they're getting away with it. I just don't understand. I mean,
Tell you,
yeah, go ahead, I'm sorry, I'm just.
one thing that has come up that I think we're gonna have to work on it. And I'm gonna say in my 6 months on the planning commission, it's come up a half a dozen times. Is what defines a business? And that question seems to get brought up a lot. And it may be something we have to zero in on, in the near future to try to help define the criteria of what we're gonna allow as a business and not allow as a business in Stark County. And I'm sure it's gonna have to go through plan commission and then, it seems like there's a very gray area in Stark County as to where that definition comes in. I don't know if you
I
guys
think
have
the
seen.
planning
something like
commission and up to the BZA, I would think.
Yeah,
For zoning. it would-
yeah, right. You know,
Well, I appreciate you bringing everything here.
Okay, so my question is, I do appreciate. What is the next step? Because like I said, I'm not stopping because this is impacting my health. Okay, I put this out to everybody. You know, they say, oh, it's all right, it's not, you live next door to it. How would you feel going through this every day, hearing the beep, beep, beep every day, hearing the pounding, hearing I feel like I'm having an earthquake. I mean, my house, I don't know what it's doing to the structure of my property or anything like that. I have my husband go downstairs and look every day to see, make sure there's no cracks in my foundation because of all this weight. You know, I mean, yes, I come from Illinois, okay, I used to be a CFO of a company. I know it's different from Illinois to Indiana. And I'm tired of people saying, oh, you're from Illinois, you don't know this, how it's country out here. I've been here 17 years, I'm not like here a month or so. I'm an Indiana person. I pay taxes. I shouldn't have to deal with this. You should not, and just because there's not a sign saying, oh, Liberty, but the trucks all say Liberty, the Global, whatever, and there's employees coming. I said, how can you say it's not a business?
Well, I tell you what, I'm on the planning commission and we work with the BZA. So we now all know and understand what you're working with. And we'll just start moving towards,
Yeah, I would just appreciate if somebody would call me back. Like I said, I've been to every single department. I've left messages. Nobody has ever, except for you, and I do appreciate that. Nobody has ever contacted me back. Nobody's called me. And like I said, I'm climbing on my seminars. My next hack is going out to Governor Braun. Because I mean, I will not stop because this is unfair. It's unjust.
I think like Mike said, once the planning commission, maybe the end of this week or, you know, very soon. They'll get on something and maybe discuss this and move ahead with something maybe. So.
Yeah, I mean, I can be kept my opinion is, like I said, that he needs to find another property that's suitable to operate this. Not all of this, and why hasn't anything been done about the second container? Now, it's been sitting on there since September when I originally complained about it. They told me it has to be moved.
it's still sitting there, nothing gets done, and all it seems like to me, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna put this out is. There's nepotism, it's like they don't want, oh, it's all right, he's gonna fail, just leave him, they don't care, well, I care. And that's not right, and if I was doing that. God forbid. If I put on a deck and didn't do it right or didn't have a permit, I'd be in trouble. This guy gets here and does all this, and like I said, he does a lot of things at night. He'll be out there with all the cars and spotlights on, they're operating at 11 o'clock at night. I mean, it's
I don't agree that there's any of it in this county that's doing nepotism and favoritism for Greg. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, well,
Well,
I mean,
I totally understand. Mike said he would take care of it.
yes.
I don't think it's fair that you're saying that the council.
Seeing everybody. I mean, the people who I was dealing with at the planning commission who are no longer there. I mean, the attitude and the remarks they gave to me, that's not professional. That I don't care. You're in a position and you're supposed to be helping somebody. And this, to hear somebody say, don't worry, he fails at everything, he'll just fail. For Boz to tell me, oh, this could take up to 3 years to get resolved. That's not acceptable to me. I'm sorry. I don't run a thing that way, and the commission office should not operate that way. There should be standards that they have to follow and do. I'm not asking for anything more. I'm just asking for justice.
Yes, so.
Is it possible that maybe the county needs to look at rezoning some property when it gets split up?
That's what Mike was just saying. He's
Yeah.
on that board,
Yeah.
and there's gonna be new people in there and everything. They're gonna start looking at that.
Yeah, because agriculture is a wide, I mean,
Right.
they have a right to farm, they could put hogs in there if they wanted.
Hmm.
I agree with that. I understand that. And if it was tractors or whatever sitting on there, I wouldn't care. But to put all this and put 2 fueling stations, to put a truck washing station, to have all the, you've got 6 semi trucks. The weight of a semi truck
Yeah.
and then a dump truck, all on 2.5 acres. I have more land than he does.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. And he keeps adding things. Now he put a new machine on to gravel on your driveway. I mean, how much more can you put on that piece of property? It's just ridiculous.
Mr. Turner,
What's the address, ma'am?
My address, 4188 South State Road 39.
4188.
South State Road 39.
Thank you.
Thanks.
yes, ma'am.
When they rezone, don't they have to let the neighbors know?
Yes. Yeah, well, that's what I asked. I asked if he did get a rezone because in the emails, that's why I just said about nepotism, because if you read the emails between Mary and him, and even in one of their email, he quoted to her saying, well, do I need to get a permit to get rid of the a-hole living next door to me? I mean, this is unprofessional, and I knew I'm not getting anywhere. And she said, you need to have a rezone. Did they have a rezone?
That's great.
Mhm. Greg?
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of having a discussion about stuff on your property, but I guess if you want to go ahead and with your side.
I'm not sure what side am I giving here?
Well, I mean, whatever you want, I guess.
I mean, I went before the BZA, over their complaints, and apparently everything was fine except for the storage unit needs a variance. Other than that, everything else was fine, as far as I know.
I would say the only thing we can do is just revisit it
Right.
and take another look, and
Right.
that's really all we can do at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate all your concerns.
Yeah.
I have to live there. Like I said, you know, I appreciate you listening to me, but I'm not stopping here. You need to find another property to put your trucking company on.
Yeah, let's, I think we'll end it here for now.
Yeah.
Mike, like you said, you'll get on it and see, I mean, talk to the planning commission.
We've got some restructuring going on right now, but
Yeah.
like I said, by the end of this week, we're hoping that'll be pretty well cleared up. And we can start addressing some things like this and your concerns.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Yeah, we're good. Thank you. I guess Patrick Russell, was that? He's not here. Yeah,
I think he wanted you guys to call. I put that on your agendas, the phone number, but I didn't put it on.
okay, yeah, signature for.
Well, they said they don't need a signature,
Oh.
but I do need copies of your IDs for the
Oh.
notary. So do you have a copier here, or do you want me to just take a photo?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can just take a photo.
And I have to put out in the trunk.
You want to send it to me?
Yeah, I
later?
can.
Why don't you just take my cell phone?
Okay.
574-952-0032.
Okay.
I guess. Thank you very much.
Thanks again, Kate.
Yeah, they
People will be.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Lynn.
Yeah, thank you.
That's it, when I get out of here.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank
All right.
you.
Well, you guys have a good day.
You too. Well, I guess we'll skip.
Will you
Patrick,
tell him to come to a night meeting?
well, that'd be nice, if
Yeah.
he would come in person.
I gotta go.
Is that gonna be a discussion about the easement in Coons Lake?
Yes,
Could I ask what he's asking for?
We're not.
He
sure.
didn't say, he just said it was about a public access, having fire lanes. That somebody removed fire lanes at Coons Lake, built stuff on it or something.
yeah, see, we need to talk to him to know more what's going on.
We're actually working on that. BS did send me an email the other day. They're supposed to be next.
Because I brought some information that kind of describes what. May I?
Yeah, sure.
I should have made more copies, but this is a description of the usage of the
So could I have your
easements.
name, please?
My name is Tom Camry, Camire.
CANIRE.
Yeah. And it basically states that subdivision, the Coons Lake, which was the original, they're considered a park.
Hmm.
And I believe the term fire lane was given to it by the county, probably in the forties for use as an access to the fire department to the actual lake. And yes, if he's complaining about people are starting to encroach on those, that's actually what's happening.
Yeah, if that was, I don't think no one's really sure what else really wanted, but we are working on the fire lanes and the public accesses. We're hoping to.
Yeah, because there's 21 accesses, 8 subdivisions that border the lake that each has a different
Right.
description of what each is, and 2 of them have actually access along the shoreline. They don't have that at Bass Lake, but show you real quick. It's at Coons Lake subdivision, areas marked in yellow. Those are the 5 outlet or inlets of the easements of the lake, but this is also considered a park. So the people who own in those subdivisions don't have access, they don't have riparian rights. They can put their boats and stuff in front, but I can walk back and forth.
Right.
And there's a
And I had-
second area.
Another guy had mentioned that to me.
Yeah, and Simpson and Cross, which is the other one where Kramer's Beach is the same thing. It's considered a park.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think once we get a hold of him and maybe he'll come to a night meeting and.
Yeah, maybe.
There's a name, whether you call it a fire lane or an easement, or you can call it whatever you want, but
Exactly.
just, I'm here to make sure they don't get, given away.
Right,
Right.
Well, if we can get him back on the agenda, he'll be able to see that.
yeah.
Yeah, anytime he's on it.
On our next
activity here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always open.
Yeah, hopefully our next agenda, he'll be on there, so.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Rick,
Where'd you go?
he's
Oh,
back
there
there.
it is.
We're done. Good.
I just got a couple things. The dead tree on the south side of the courthouse. Let's see if I cut down.
Mentioned you're just gonna cut it down yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
And I would place it over this fall with another tree.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a tree put back.
And I'm gonna put one by the bison this fall when it comes around.
I'd make a motion to approve cutting down that tree.
Motion and second, all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Good, now I'm gonna talk about a truck. I'm only putting on the budget for maybe a new truck, and I haven't looked for one yet, but I know I do go to park. I've been to all 3 EMS buildings. I've been to jail, I've been out the highway doing odds and ends stuff, you know, like repairing leaks and stuff. So wanted to see if I get another truck, cause you looked at the bed on that one. I've looked for a bed before, ain't been able to find one, cause it's an 8-foot bed, it's pretty hard to find. Sure, there's one out there somewhere, but.
Sorry.
Well, my biggest thing on it, cause we talked about it, I mean, there's a place in Michigan, you get a new bed. I can't see buying a truck. You said it runs good, I mean, me and you talked about this for 3 months. Yeah, not that you don't need one, but not right now, you don't think you do. I think I even told you, even at the end of the year, if we had money left, we'd even consider, you know, I would talk to him to see about getting you one. I know you mentioned me, there's a few people telling you gotta have a new truck, because Tony got one. Tony hauls stuff food to the jail. Tony, you know, he's got pallets on his truck all the time. The reason Tony got a fancy one, because we was waiting for the council, like Mike asked, we lost the truck. They offered us a nicer truck. Why would we not take it? It wasn't because it was Tony that he got a special truck. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but Tony only works part-time. He works full-time and has to go all over the place.
You average what, 6 miles a week? Tony runs all over the state but gets food for the sheriff.
Well,
Frame was shot.
yeah, I'll just weigh in a little bit here. I did look at Rick's truck last Friday, and that truck is pretty toasty.
Right.
I don't know if it's structurally sound or not to drive down the road. I gotta think that we could probably do a little bit better as for our county employees, because that truck, like I said, is pretty rough.
All
I haven't talked to Rachel. Does she have any that are cycling out this year? No.
I don't think so. She probably wouldn't. I mean. Well, yeah, I don't think she's got any either.
Well, just based on the condition of Rick's truck, yeah, I hate to disagree with Donnie, but I think we should at least get it on the short list of a plan to upgrade it.
I already mentioned to him at the end of the year, if we had money left, the commissioner would buy him. I talked to Charlie about it.
Yeah, it's not, we're not saying, hey, you're not gonna get it.
Right.
It's just. A month, 2 months, 3 months, it should happen, so once we get a little
But
closer.
to buy a truck because someone else in the county got a truck, it's crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't agree with that, but I agree that the truck is pretty toasty.
Oh, yeah, I agree that a year ago, you didn't have nothing but a Kubota.
Yeah.
So,
I never had,
we
we never had
ain't
that
that
there.
we're down in him, just. I don't even want to get into it.
Well, I think the end of the year is, 5 months away.
Right. And we'd even talk about trying to get a snowplow, that fits the new truck.
Would it make any sense to have him at least investigate to see what's out there, so we kind of have an idea of what costs might be incurred?
Yeah, it'd be nice to see, get something that's ideally what you would need and get some prices on them.
Yeah.
So we know what we're dealing with.
Cause you don't need anything real fancy.
No,
You just need a pickup that's safe to go down the road.
Yeah, that could on road, one thing I'm worried about, cause I do go to Valpo stuff for getting material, so.
Right. Would it need to be 4-wheel drive or a 2-wheel drive? Okay.
Well, I was gonna go snowplow, it'd probably be 4-wheel drive.
That'd be.
Otherwise it wouldn't.
Plow out here and stuff.
Yeah, plow out here parking.
Around, well, I don't know about the courthouse.
I mean, the Kubota does work, so.
Well, I guess,
I don't know, you know, like I said, I think. 2 months or 2 months, 3 months, we'll maybe look at it and see, so. But I'd like to get prices, I mean. Just to know what we're dealing with, so.
yeah,
And we usually always have Jim look into it, but I thought we decided we won't go until, I mean, you even said it runs good and everything.
Yeah, yeah. Got some issues with the fronts, got a little, but I haven't looked to see what's wrong with it. And I'm gonna need new tires for it, which I did put in my budget. So,
but would you guys be opposed to at least looking to see what's out there?
I'm fine.
That's fine.
Do we need to do a motion?
Preferably local.
No, shouldn't need motion on them to get bids or
Okay.
quotes or.
okay.
All right.
Thanks, Rick.
Yep.
Got the vendor claims up. In the amount of $415,527.95. The motion is there a second?
So I did see.
Sorry.
I did see the one attorney thing was
Oh.
higher, but I never got a response. Would that include the last claim that we were waiting on? Cause we were,
I told her to put it in there, yeah.
I didn't know if it was,
I mean, I can call her and ask her.
well, I thought it was separate, cause the new claim's like 11,000.
Good, Jeff.
Yeah,
I just didn't know if it included a new one and the old one, cause I wanna
it
make sure
must
we
be,
get that approved.
has to be. Yeah, I mean,
It's not you guys.
No, is it from Sean?
yeah,
Yeah,
He sent me an email last week and he said he was gonna be billing for his work on the Coons Lake litigation.
Okay.
But your question was if they were applying.
Rebecca, the commissioners want to know if that attorney claim that they denied last time,
well, I
if the new one and the old one are
it
combined
was
together.
$11,814.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Bye-bye. Yes, they are both in there.
so that 11,000 includes both. Okay,
Hmm.
that makes sense then.
That's,
So it sounds like Sean, what he said, he's had a good amount of success on that Coons Lake
Mhm.
litigation,
Yeah.
which is great for us, so. Or great for the park board, I should
Yeah.
say.
That was the only thing I seen. I just wanted to make sure all that was accounted for, so nothing was floating out there.
those are. Did you do a motion? Had a motion by Don, is there a second?
Second,
All those in favor, aye.
I,
There a motion to approve the payroll claims in the amount of $339,240.75.
motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
There a motion to approve the commissioners' meeting minutes from July 7th, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
There a motion to approve the commissioner special meeting from 7/18/25.
Yeah, Charlie, did you have a chance to watch that meeting?
I didn't get to watch it. I looked through the minutes.
You got it. I think we should probably at least let him know kind of where we're at with it. So Total Road has been, for lack of better terms, kind of melting. It was determined by the providers that did it, that they feel it's within the scope of how a road should be. Donnie came out, and I live on Total Road, so I drive it every day. I feel it's outside of the realm of where it should be, and I think Donnie kind of felt the same. Rachel also agreed that it's extreme. They wanted to sit and wait and see how it would continue. I didn't feel that was acceptable for the taxpayers. The solution was, they were gonna pay for some stone and we're gonna roll it on. I hope it doesn't create a bigger problem with rocks, flying up, but that was their short-term solution. And Rachel was going to get in contact with a company that she would oversee to do some core sampling out there and just see if there's anything more going on with the road than what we all understand.
Yeah.
Does that kind of summarize that?
Yeah. And it'll be a fine line, so
Oh,
it'll
okay.
look smaller than 11.
Okay.
And we're hoping it'll roll with.
Pack it down there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Cause it's probably been in this condition now for maybe 5-6 weeks.
Yeah,
It's probably the worst one I've ever seen.
really,
Yeah. And I
okay.
think our total payment was about 163,000 to do that particular stretch.
Okay.
So we had quite a bit of money in it just last September.
Right.
Right now, if you were to look at the road, you would not think anything. I mean, it's really bad shape.
Okay. Yeah, that works for me.
Okay.
That motion, Charlie.
Made a motion, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We had appointments we talked about.
Have you talked to Mr. Turner?
I did.
Did our what we need?
I think he does.
Yeah.
I spent a little bit of time with him and he's a sharp fella.
So I'll make a motion, we appoint him to the planning.
Well, we gotta, I don't know if we discussed, do you live in an incorporated area?
No, I do not believe so.
Okay, so it wouldn't be within Knox or Hamlet, I think qualifies too, doesn't it?
No.
For the planning commission?
Well, it'd be in incorporated or on, is that what you're talking
Well,
about?
he has to be in an unincorporated area.
That would be.
So Hamlet would be okay?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so,
But he didn't say Pierre.
well, St. Pierre, is that?
That's
Not
good.
incorporated.
Yeah, that's all incorporated.
That won't work.
No, I think it's good.
That's, yeah, that'll work.
I
Yeah.
thought it should be fine. I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure.
Okay.
Before we get an appointment, then we pull it back.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I'll leave that. motion. At that point.
Yeah, I second that.
Motion and a second, all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
And then, can you get with Michaeline after the meeting and just let her know what party you were going to? That way we don't overfill certain.
Yeah. That's all we had for now.
I don't have no other names right now.
Does anyone have anything for us? Jim?
Yeah, this is not an EMS related issue. This is something I was just made aware of about 10 minutes ago.
Oh,
The easement that was granted for Bass Lake Fire.
yeah.
There are boats parked right in the middle of the easement. Is that
Public.
DNR issue?
Well, it would be if it's within the water, it's usually DNR.
It's in the water,
Yeah.
but they have parking. Amy just told me upstairs, they completely overtook all the easement parking.
They can't
They
take the
can't,
park.
yeah, they can't do that.
Yeah. So I guess we can talk to, maybe talk to Jack if we get a chance, or talk to Wayne.
Okay.
And, but they can't park, I mean, they can park there for a minute or two, but they can't park
Yeah.
and go out in the boats and stuff.
Okay, that one is right dead in the center.
I seen them the other day, the water, the boats, I don't think we can do it.
Not us, no.
Right,
But DNR, I mean, they're
but
supposed to be
there's
lit.
public access.
Mhm.
If you go around the lake, you'll see a couple others that they take
Yeah.
advantage of.
Yeah.
But the parking, no, they're not supposed to be blocking.
Okay.
And maybe we can talk to Rachel and have her put signs up. No
Mhm.
parking
Yeah,
or whatever.
that's what.
Yeah, there's no signs there. I know there used to be, but
I can't say for sure whether.
Yeah, if there isn't, I mean, that's something they can make and put up out there.
That'll work. Yeah, I'll check with DNR because there's, I know they're supposed to be registered
Mm-hmm.
and labeled. This one here, I actually went out and there's nothing on this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was gonna go tell them, hey, look, you have to move it. You're
Yeah.
blocking everybody.
Yeah.
Do you have time to check for the signs too and talk?
Yeah.
Or you need one of us too,
No, I'm gonna run out there in a little while anyway to make sure there are signs before I even call
or?
Rachel.
Yeah, no parking, 5-minute parking or something.
Yeah, works for me.
Okay.
That's all I want. Thank you.
Jim.
Thank you.
No further business, motion adjourned.
So move.
Well, oh, Bernadette's here.
I know, yeah, I know, I don't know what anything, I think we're sitting, they're not raising their hand.
Getting it updated,
I thought we.
I think we're waiting on you.
waiting on me. Or,
I
to
thought
get
we
it
gave,
updated.
I thought we already
Yeah.
gave her the go ahead, but
Yeah.
she was gonna take it to council.
Yeah.
So did I.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where that was.
Justin, he didn't stick to 11, but he ain't far off. Charlie.
But-
11.
Oh, yeah. I slacked.
I thought we'd move forward on this one.
to see how they wanted to pay?
I thought that's how we did it. I thought we had a motion on it.
And we was okay with either way.
Right,
Okay, it was up to them how they wanted to pay.
Yeah,
correct.
Okay,
yeah.
all right,
Try to blame that on us.
I will.
Okay, I'll second.
Motion and a second.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I?
I was just like Mike, I seen her.
I know, I was
Ain't
waiting.
raising their hand.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You gotta say, I wasn't
You got, no, not really.
Okay, so